All right, we're back on CentralValleyTalk.com. I'm Mike Scott along with Brad Huff from Student Nest. We talked with Brad a few weeks ago.
Yep.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What's new?
What's new? Well,
School year's about to start again.
Yeah. And typically tutoring doesn't really begin until about Thanksgiving time. That's when parents discover, the report cards come home with D's or F's or something like that, and then, either mom or dad, but sometimes it's grandparents who say, how's my grandson doing? How's my granddaughter doing?
So how does Student Nest come into this?
Well, we're local, but we tutor students all over the country. And we've even tutored some students internationally who discovered StudentNest.com.
Is it online?
Yes, it's online. It's live. It's interactive. It's not like one of these things where it's drill and kill and they're using some kind of a computer. To interact with the student. We have real live people, and they're excellent. We've had wonderful results. And these tutors will then diagnose where the child is having problems. And what we discover typically is if a kid's in 7th grade and they're having trouble with math, sometimes it started in 5th grade or 4th grade or something like that. And, the A's turn to B's, B's turn to C's, C's now are D's. The student was absent for a week with the flu or something or other and missed some key concept. And so our tutors are just excellent at figuring out, without putting the kid through a 3rd degree, but just asking them to do some problems, and then when they see where the troubles are, typically then, and it's not like they say, "Oh, you dummy, that's a 4th grade thing."
Yeah.
Then they'll figure out some way that they can reteach that material to the student, but at the level where the student is. And so we've had just very, very great success. The news is that...
The news
is that StudentNest.com has been approved to tutor officially in the state of Washington.
There you go.
And the state of Montana. So we're setting up operations there.
So you'll be nationwide soon.
Well, we're already nationwide. We tutor in Florida, New Jersey, and so on. So we've been tutoring students outside of California for a long time.
But how long before you have all 50 states?
Well, I'm not exactly sure.
That's a ways down the road?
Yeah, some states make it easier to get approved, and you have to prove a whole bunch of things and so on. And some of them, it's an application process. And filling out this application, you have to jump through a lot of hoops. And some states, the hoops, they're all high, okay? I don't mean to imply that, some states are easy. You really have to validate that you can prove that you're successful in tutoring students. But some states they go beyond what I think is reasonable in asking you to validate things and so on. Or they have requirements that, you have to hire people from within the state and one thing or another. And we just can't afford to, have offices in all 50 states at this point.
That would be pricey. Yeah.
One day it may happen, but right now. So the states that will allow us to tutor their students, we do have to attend mandatory meetings, and so consequently we will fly personnel to the states, and they represent StudentNest.com at these meetings. So the company has just grown. We're in the 10th year, and we've tutored, I think now it's like 55, almost 60,000 students since the company was founded, and it's like 750,000 hours of tutoring that we have given. And my role is when we need tutors to recruit new tutors, to screen them and so on, to train them, and then to monitor, are they as good working with students as I hope that they would be. And every session is archived. It's computer server based, and so as a result, every session is recorded on the computer. So if there's any question about what happened, it's not he said, she said.
You can go review it.
We can bring up the session and see exactly what the child said, what the tutor said, and so on. If there's a problem, it's right there. I was the principal of University High School, and I'll tell you, when you're principal of a school and a student is sent to the office and so on, and then there's the student's story and his friend's story and then the teacher's story or whatever, and the job there is to try to you trust your employee, you trust your teacher. On the other hand, sometimes the student's picture gives you additional information that you weren't aware of. So consequently, I just find it really interesting to be able to actually see what was going on and listen to what they're saying.
All right. So if your son or daughter may need some tutoring, Student Nest is something you might want to consider. How can folks find out more?
Okay, our office here in Fresno is 2121 Merced Street. And
Downtown?
Downtown, right, just very close by here. And the phone number is I've got to look at the card because I don't call me very often. It's
Same thing to me.
559. Just a second here. Office number 559-486-1251. And we're online is www.studentnest.com. And so there's a lot of information there.
Brad, thank you for coming in today.
Michael, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll be back with more on CentralValleyTalk.com.